Hi guys, my name is Tinashe and welcome back to All Things Finance and Productivity. Thank you guys for joining me this week. It is always a pleasure to have you guys on board. I really do appreciate this. If you are new to my channel, please consider subscribing. It will really help my channel a lot. If you are a returning subscriber, thank you so much for the support. I really do appreciate you. So today we have a video on what could be affecting your productivity and slowing you down. So this is a heavy topic in my view because this is something that I have been going through, and I'm sure so many people have been going through this a lot, especially of late. I feel like this is a very good conversation to just have with yourself, especially when you feel like your output, something is wrong with it. You yourself internally, there are times where you know that, hey, I can do better, but I'm just not doing better. There must be a reason why your productivity levels are going down. So here I have a list of just a few things that you can just, self-reflect to see what exactly is happening with yourself if you feel like your productivity levels are going down. The first point that we have here is you might be discouraged. When you feel discouraged, you find that you tend not to share your best work. You feel very, very small. And then also it could be a matter of competition. So that might also just discourage you, and you might not be performing at your best. So also now the output of such, when you're feeling discouraged, you really need to ensure that you get yourself out of this, because honestly, you cannot really expect someone else to get you out of that space. Some people are concentrating on their own things, they have their own struggles, so they might not see you where you are playing at that particular time. I am an advocate of trying to do things for yourself as well. Acknowledge what you're going through and then give yourself the time you need to get out of it. You might not do it today, you might not do it tomorrow, but the fact that you know what you are going through gives you a bit of leeway to think about, okay, so now how do I get myself out of this? The second thing that could be, slowing down your productivity levels is actually a good thing. You might be in a position whereby you're venturing outside your comfort zone. And you know what? When you're in a situation whereby you're venturing outside your comfort zone, that is actually the point whereby you actually grow. But when you're in that process and you're just trying to maneuver yourself into that situation, you find yourself, your productivity levels are low, you're second guessing yourself, you're wondering, oh my gosh, what is happening here? But essentially you're like a butterfly that is, growing, going through all the necessary steps for you to be the butterfly ultimately. So actually, when you're in a position whereby it's taking you outside your comfort zone and it's asking you to do so much that you feel like it is daunting, it is a lot on you, that is actually an environment whereby you are going to grow. So don't take this situation whereby you're venturing outside your comfort zone as a bad thing. In most cases, it's something that's actually going to help you and you're actually going to grow from it. So take that with a grain of salt. When you feel like it is too much, take a step back, obviously, calibrate yourself, but continue, head on, you'll be okay. The other thing is that you could just be demotivated. Oh my gosh, this is something that I know of firsthand. Demotivation can really numb your output. You know you can do better, but what you are churning out is not the best. And you can do better. Other people know you can do better and they're wondering, what is wrong? But you need to just self-reflect and just see, what is my problem here? It could be that you're demotivated. So like I said, this could affect your quality levels. It could also affect your output. You could just start second guessing yourself. You could also just start not being as positive as you used to be. All these are signs of you could possibly be demotivated. So, also, like I said, I am an advocate of getting yourself out of some of these things because people are busy with their lives. They're also just trying to steer their ship in a certain direction, the same way that you are doing. So you need to make sure that you take care of yourself. Ask yourself fundamental questions, why you are demotivated, and then try to see whether it is something that you can get yourself out of. If it is a situation whereby whatever it is that you are going through, it is within your sphere of influence, then work on it. Work on the things that you need to do to make yourself move away from that state of demotivation. And if it's outside your sphere of influence, if it's something that needs attention from someone else and that person is not doing what they ought to do, then you can remove yourself from that situation, because it's going to affect you. It's going to just not affect, say, your work environment. It's also going to affect now your home environment as well. Not so many people are good at compartmentalizing, so this might also now reflect in your relationships, etc. People will just be seeing that there's something wrong with you, and that can take a toll on you and manifest itself in something else. So that could just be possibly one of the reasons. The other thing you can do is to just speak to someone. Sometimes when you speak to someone and you offload some of these things, it actually helps you also just look at things, because at times you might be looking at things from a bubble perspective. You are seeing a problem and there's no problem. But once you speak to someone, they'll be able to just, interrogate further and make you think a bit more of the things that you're feeling and the things that you're portraying. So try and speak to someone you trust, and I'm sure you'll find some conclusion as to why you're feeling that way, and where you are and what you can do to get yourself out of that. The other reason is that you could just be uninspired. This aspect comes and goes, especially if you're a person who does creative work, etc. So if you're feeling uninspired, my take on it would be just take a step back, refresh. If you need to take some time off to just zone out and just be you again, take that time out. If you just need some time to yourself every single day, do that. What I have noticed is for most of these things, I just need to do one particular thing. I need to do things for me. And that could be the reason why you're feeling some of these things. So sometimes it could just be an issue of taking at least 2 hours for yourself. For yourself, not doing things for anyone else, just take some couple of time for yourself so that you can just do the things that you love to do. And then after that, you feel that, all the energy, all the passion that you had before is actually coming back, and your productivity levels will start increasing again. So at times it just takes a moment for you to just, step back, do things for you. In fact, for me, I advocate doing things for you as much as possible, because it rejuvenates you. It makes you feel whole again. You're just not feeling like you're being moved in too many directions. So that will actually be helpful for you. So just take time for you. In everything you do, take time for you. I actually think developing a hobby is actually a good thing, because now with that, you take some time aside to nurture your hobby. It can be something as small as taking care of a plant. Maybe now you've started knitting. Maybe now you want to start, say, design, and you're working on your web page. You want to start a blog. You want to start a YouTube channel. So some of these things, just make sure that you do certain things for yourself. The other thing is that you can actually be tired, you can be stressed, or you're actually on the verge of burnout. You need to take care of yourself. You need to be in tune with what is happening with you and what is happening within your environment. If you're feeling like, oh my gosh, I cannot stand any negative talk, make sure that you avoid people who bring you negative talk, because at times you're already stressed, so you don't want to increase your stress levels. If you're in a zone whereby you feel like, right now I should not be speaking, just protect your peace. Because at times when you're too tired, you might end up saying the wrong thing. If you're also stressed, you might end up not putting out the best of your work. So take the time you need to just, take a step back. What you just need essentially, if you're tired, if you're stressed, if you're on the verge of burnout, do something you love and just take a rest. I know at times you could be employed and you're not able to take a rest, but if you tell your boss that, I'm on the verge of burnout, they'll give you that time, because they know that it's going to fundamentally affect the output, which is going to fundamentally affect them. So, sometimes just be candid and just say, I need this time off for myself so that I can come back better. Okay, so I think those are the few nuggets I had with reference to this. Let me know in the comment section below what are the points you can add. Teach me as well, because it's helpful. I also want to learn from you guys as much as I can. I mean, this is a short life we're living, and if we can do better, if we can just learn from each other, that would just be an ideal situation for me personally. So guys, thank you so much for watching. I really do appreciate your time. Please make sure that you take care of yourself and you also take care of your loved ones. Thank you so much. Bye.